we never come forward and say we don't need capital.
9 o'clock on the dot, no you should check me. Here for an hour, I promise this talk is heavy. I'm cooking, just get it started, don't go asking if it's ready. Cause I told you that we was cooking, this compliments to the chef, let's go.
Good morning, creatives. Welcome back to season 2 of Cooking the Late Night. Look, let me tell you something. It has been a journey to get back. We were supposed to be back in March, and transparent, right? This is the morning show for creatives, so let's be creative. Me and my team had to go through a process. I'm talking about a situation. We had a potential partnership lined up, big things. Everybody's excited. I lose my job. That partnership falls through. All right, what do? Scramble, try to figure out. We about to start rolling now. It's April. We got plans. The studio's up and running. We about to come back. Studio shuts down. I'm trying to convince a team of 10 people to stay focused on a vision. And when I tell you this isn't an easy feat, it's because there's days where I lost inspiration. Shout outs to J. Cole in the off season, because that really was my off season. Like, trying to put that together, it wasn't easy to do that. But when I tell you, we here, we back. It's season 2. So let me tell you what you're going to get in this season, right? You're not only going to get the upgraded, the looks, the visuals. You see we looking crispy now, right? You're going to get the great creatives that you've never seen before. We got some special things coming your way in terms of merch. We got a whole production team that you need to follow on Cooking the Late Night Instagram. Make sure you're checking out the behind the scenes. And when I tell you my team held it down, I mean you go and visit cookingthelatenight.com and you can hire anybody a part of this show for their services because they are professionals. We can take care of you over here. But when I tell you that it just takes the vision and following through, that's what you got to do. So with that said, we back. And we got some new programming. We're going to go ahead and get it started with my girl Carter Sade with the Renegade Report. She's actually out in these streets. Carter, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, Cook? How are you today? I am super excited to be here live right now, guys, happening in Northwest DC at Hook Hall for the Black Art Expo here specifically for Black women. And I am sitting here with the founder, Joshua. Joshua, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling spectacular.
I'm super excited that you are here. I know that this movement started in Atlanta, but before we even dig deep into what's going on in this moment, give me the vision behind this. Like, why did you even come to DC for one, but what made you start this art exhibit specifically to support Black women?
Absolutely. So I am obsessed with community and Black people being able to express themselves in a vulnerable way that sparks conversation. And art is the #1 way to spark conversation and to kind of give you a different lens into who people are and how people feel. And I also feel like Black women are underrepresented when it comes to art and art representation. And so my goal was to create sort of a pop-up experience for people, particularly Black women, to feature their art. And the response has been incredible here in Atlanta. Back in Atlanta, and also now here in DC. And I'm happy to say that in DC, this has been our highest attended art show, Black girl art show so far.
I love it. Shout out to DC, y'all. Shout out to DC and the Black women in this area. We're great.
The support is real, so I'm excited.
And now I have the lovely Casey with me, who happens to be the art show manager. Now, you know what? That is actually a crazy role when it comes to putting something like this together, right? So please walk me through, like, even the thought process of the day one. Like, what did I have to do to make this happen?
Okay, so for me, my role is really to make this experience as seamless as possible for all the artists that come. So I work on the back end and ensuring that they know where their places are, they have all the information that they need. So it's not as complicated as you may think it is. It really isn't. You just have to be in tune with the artists that you're working with and understand how to make this as seamless as possible for them and making sure they have all the info they need.
That's awesome. So being that you are the manager and you find all of the artists, what type of artists can we see today? What type of art is there?
How can I describe it? It's a plethora.
It is. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, it's amazing.
There is so many different options. I think what I can say is this is the definition of Black girl magic. Like, the art that's here, you can't put it in a box because you can't. It's Black women expressing themselves how they feel they should express themselves. And I think that's the beauty of this whole thing. It's free expression, and that's what you see here. You see free Black women expressing themselves how they choose. And so that's how I would say that's the work that you would see here. Whatever you envision that being, that's what's at the Black Girl Art Show.
Lovely Live with me. Who is responsible for all of the lovely music that you are hearing today? First off, can you please tell us who are we hearing from right now? Who is in the building for the lovely, spectacular art show?
Yes, we have Kai Azana, and then we also have Akoshua. They are amazing artists from here locally. I actually scouted them on Instagram, which is hilarious. But they came through and they did amazing. It was fantastic.
So how did you get involved with the art show to do A&R work?
Yes, so I was actually friends with this lovely man here. I was actually friends with Josh. I had met at his house for a birthday, and we ended up becoming friends. And then later on, he was like, hey, do you want to join me? I'm starting this show for Black women to uplift them. And I thought, man, that's definitely up my alley. That's what I actually came here from. I'm from Canada. So I came here for artistry, creativity, and he actually brought that to me, and I didn't even think I would receive that, so it was cool.
Speaking of Josh, he's actually going to join us right now. He just seems not to, want to stay away from the camera, but it's okay.
I miss y'all.
It is okay. So we left off on her letting us know that she met you through the birthday party and got involved with the vision as she came from Canada and was also interested in artists and creativity. So how did you even know that you wanted to add the music element or the entertainment stage presence to the art show?
Yeah, no, I think it was important because music is just another form of expression. Just as art is just another vehicle that says this is who I am through song. This moment is special only because Live was a part of one of the very first exhibitions that we've ever done, and so this moment is just as monumental as the very first one, only because it's the first one in DC. So I think that Liv being here is just a full circle moment. And I love that. One thing about me, I'm such a relationship person. Yeah. Like if it works, don't break it, right? And so it's just awesome to see how Liv has been able to bring a musical component to Black Girl Art Show and sort of give other Black women a platform and a stage. And I think the most beautiful thing about her being a part is that she's a music artist herself, right?
We're definitely going to get into that.
Like she's a singer herself,
okay.
And the fact that she books and gives opportunities to other artists, other Black women in particular, I think that's a bigger conversation, right? Black women supporting other Black women, and I think that so I just want to publicly to the world give Liv her flowers and just appreciate it. So thank you, my love. Absolutely. Cool. So.
And that is it, family. I hope you enjoyed this quick snippet of the lovely art exhibit. But if you missed it, no worries. You can catch it here in D.C. again, but you can also catch it in Houston and in Chicago. You know what? I'm having a great time. I got to go mix and mingle and buy me some artwork while I'm here. So back to you, Cook, turning it over.
So look, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like this is gonna be like episode 1 about to be a special. This ain't even gonna be like we talking to everybody else. We're gonna do something different here.
Let's go.
All right. J Hill Network. Please introduce it to the good people out there. What is the J Hill Network?
Man, J Hill Network is a network on YouTube that I'm trying to. What I'm looking for, great shows. That's great talent. That's self-efficient. I gotta say that because I'm trying my best to help people as much as I can, but I just don't want to wear myself thin. Right?
Sure.
So I'm looking for shows that's really self-sufficient, that's already popping, and all I can do is just give them a extra boost and looking for a platform with subscribers, right?
Yeah.
I got a little bit of subscribers that's pretty trying to grow, and I'm just looking for other shows that's pretty good. So when somebody come to Mr. J Hill Network, they don't just have to see my face, right? They can see whoever else, right? They can see
we out here.
Right, you know what I'm
We
saying?
out here.
Y'all, right?
You see what we watching right now?
You can say
tapped in.
Right, they can see Cooking a Late Night, you feel me? And they interested in oh shit. And even if they not interested in mine, even if somebody that's my subscriber not interested in me, they might be interested in you, right? Because I just feel like that's just the dope part about it. Let's spread love, you feel me? Because I feel like I definitely got love given to me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people man, I do it because it wasn't done for me. Well, that ain't why I do it, because it definitely was done for me. I definitely had people support me. I definitely had people help me out, let me hold camera shit. One of my cameras to this day, somebody gave to me. You know what I'm saying? I definitely had people support me. So like, I'm definitely just trying to put into the universe what was put into me, if that makes sense.
Yo, and I think we got to even like, double down in this world of creative space because, with this introduction into our second season of the show, we wanted to come back and we wanted to let it be known that we're partnering with the J Hill Network. Like, we're actually bringing the show to the J Hill Network. So y'all can tune in every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. to lock in with us on the J Hill Network. And the biggest thing that brought me here, honestly, is just your vision for the field. Like, it's not like, hey, only what I like comes on this network. It's like, let's test this. Let's make sure a couple people are into this. Like, with this mindset of an actual network in mind, what inspired that for you? Like, how did that come about?
Man, honestly, man, I do, just to be honest, I do so much, right? Like, I used to call myself like a creative all things dope. So like, I do freestyles, then I got podcasts, then I got interviews, then I got special interviews with special type of artists, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like, yo, honestly, I'm tired of seeing my face, to be honest, right? Like, it's like, yo, how can I make this more diverse? How can I make somebody want to come to this page, right? And I'm like, yo, it's so many other people out there that's doing different things. Like, think about just, my friend is about to start a traveling podcast where they're only talking about stories from traveling. But think about how special of a niche that is, right? Like, it ain't all about what I want to talk about and from my perspective. What about somebody that's not from where I'm from, that's from a different place, that grew up in a different environment, and I don't want to talk about cooking. I might not be into that, but guess what? There's an audience for it. And if I got somebody out of my 20-something thousand subscribers that's into that, then they should get that.
No, and I want to prep with this show being for the creators, I want to prep the content creators who are like, hey, let me reach out, let me connect to them, because a lot of people think it's sweet, right? A lot of people look at the bright side, like they see you go viral and they're like, oh, like you got this popping. Like, what? There's cons to that. We'll talk about that side of it,
bro. So as much as I love the love of going viral, I hate it sometimes because depending on what you're going viral for, your audience not staying. So I remember when I was I'm in a fraternity, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, right? So shout out to the bros. I remember when I was heavy in fraternity life or frat life, I used to neck roll. And it was so bad that we created something called Neck Roll Mafia unintentionally, right? Like, we were the guys that like initiated this, right? Like, we started this in a sense. Like, we was the first one to do it. And I'll never forget one of my videos, my first video went viral on Facebook. I had like a couple million views. I can't remember, but I know on my Twitter page it did 1 million views on my Twitter just alone, right? So on my Instagram I got a lot of followers from that. But guess what? Those followers are still there to this day, but they not coming to see the Gemini Scorpio podcast, right? Because they came for fraternity life. When I was in fraternity life, I used to do a lot of neck rolls at school, et cetera, et cetera. But they probably not checking for me now because I'm not doing that frat stuff or whatever they into, right? Fast forward, I went viral for one of my freestyles, did 1 million, 2 million views, right? And had a lot of success with that. But guess what? Now I'm doing podcasts. Those people that was listening to rap and watching rap ain't listening, checking for podcasts. Now I go viral for podcasting, right? And it's all fortunate, it's a blessing. I'm not complaining, but when we talk about the cons, it's like your audience don't stick with you. And if you don't have a set audience, then what's the real influence? Let's talk about it, right? I feel like a lot of people are scared to talk about it. I feel like a lot of people such as myself, like myself, because I don't think I'm one of them, because I do a good job, I will believe, at like just looking at the real, right? A lot of people try to hide behind these followers. A lot of people have 50, 60,000 followers, getting 1,000 likes. Let's talk about it though. That really not
that math ain't math.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, and I'm able to acknowledge it, and I'm not scared of it because I know what's up and I know the background behind it, right?
Sure.
And I just feel like that's the cons to it. You know what I'm saying? You don't get a lot of real engagement. Even big as Beyonce. Like, let's be honest. Like, if you want to look at the numbers of her followers compared to the people that's liking her stuff, I don't think that's 1% even. You know what I'm saying? It might be. I'm not sure. I ain't looking at it.
Yeah, nah, we definitely don't need a hive attack. But nah, you're right. You're right, because the thing is, and that's an example just on a reference for most people know, but we see it every day. Like, it's no secret people have purchased followers in the past, and those numbers don't actually correlate to engagement.
Right.
They don't correlate to an actual audience in the base. And to your point, like, when you go viral, you attract people who like this one mindset of you, but you're a diverse person. Like, if someone comes in like, yo, hey, I heard you like pizza, and all they do is bring you pizza. It's like,
like
I want something else to eat. Like,
yeah,
I
like-
need more, and that goes to even some of the conversations. You know, I would even say that we've had, because this had to take an organic approach before, you know, bringing this to the station, bringing this to the network. But one of the things that you were really big on is just recognizing the depth of not just quality, but actually someone who just wants to put in the work for themselves.
Yeah.
You said something key, and you know, like I said, this show is about creators, so we're gonna be as transparent as possible. We just did a whole sit down and half a taping, and didn't hit start on audio, and that was my fault, because I didn't even help facilitate that. So like, in that mindset, you know, people are afraid to just try, afraid to just do. But it's a part of the game. Like, talk about what it. So for you, if someone's starting out podcasting right now, what would you tell them to do to prepare for the road ahead?
I'm like the worst at this type of advice, bro. Like, my thing is, you know, like, do what you got to do, and I don't mean to sound like vague or anything like that, but it's like, yo, I would say attention to detail. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have a team that's going to help you out, that's consistent and dedicated to you, right, and what you got going on. Build from that. Be nice, because a lot of times when you got a team, you better not talk to your team no type of way, because they're gonna be gone as soon as they came. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, appreciate who you got in your corner, and most importantly, pay attention to detail, because like, it's been so many mistakes that I made that I fucked up, and like, I've lost footage. Like, even my last podcast, I was here by myself. I'm thinking I'm doing something because it's a Saturday at 10 o'clock, like, well, 9 o'clock. Think about this. Saturday, 9 o'clock, that's mid turn up. I leave the turn up to do my podcast. It's commendable. It's cool.
Yeah.
But guess what? I'm not paying enough attention that my fucking, and granted, I'm by myself. So, well, there's a couple of us, but I'm hitting it by myself. So like, I don't have that much help. Granted, but at the end of the day, when the content come out, it don't matter. Right. So I say that to say, one of my angles is blurry. Now I'm pissed off because that takes away from my quality content that I took the time to. Now I left the turn up to come podcast just for my angle to be blurry. So yeah, what does that matter that I left the turn up? Nothing, because my shit ain't coming out good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I definitely say attention to detail in any field you in, whatever you're doing.
Yo, honestly, that's the beauty of it. Like, one of the phrases I've been living by more recently is journey before destination. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to be willing, you have to be ready to take this time and go through the mud. Like, the journey ain't gonna be cute. We taped this. We did one a couple weeks back. The audio wasn't right. The visual wasn't right. And you take time to get it right, because that's what it's about. Like, if you want to do it, regardless of where it goes.
Now, I ain't gonna lie to you though. I'm just one thing I learned. I'm not pro this at all. Like, if I can avoid it, I'm definitely will avoid it. But one thing I will say is, good content is good content no matter the quality. And what I mean by that, I done interviews with like Desi Bakes and B. Simone. I would never want to erase these interviews now. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I mean, we in my living room, the camera is shaky. We doing two like lavalier mics. I never forget. Like, I didn't understand audio at the time, so I'm thinking if I record something on a not a lavalier mic, it's not that. I'm giving
Apple
myself too much credit, right? I'm Apple earphones, right? I'm folding it. I'm putting a bobby pin right there so you can't see it, right? But I'm recording on my phone. They recording on separate phones, and I'm thinking I could just mesh it together, not understanding that if I'm speaking in mine, I'm still gonna be speaking in there. So when I put it together, there's an echo in that, bro. I mean, it's so much shit that I learned, but it's like I put that shit out, it did good, and it's still living to this day. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like a lot of times we forget, we get so captured in the glitz and the glam, and forget that we ain't always start like this, right? So like I just feel like good quality content is good no matter what it look like.
And with that said, we're going to be making sure there's quality control in the programming we bring to the J Hill Network, you know, doing the best we can. Because, again, though, it's a process, but it's also important if you care about it. Like, there is a requirement to test you in your industry, no matter what field you're doing. Like, that you have to be battle tested. Like, if you lose it all today, do you want to start it back up tomorrow? And that's not easy for a lot of people to do at all.
It's not, man.
So in closing, because you know, look, this one's short, sweet. We did a taping. We did this again because we want to make sure that we produce it. But I also want to make sure you'll understand, like, this really started for something organic. I appreciate what you've built, and your track record speaks for itself. Like, we don't have to do the where were you born, you know, interview.
Facts.
Like, you out here. But, you know, beyond that, anything that you would say or can think of, or what does legacy mean to you? Let's start there.
Man, legacy is life, man. Legacy is everything, man. who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you about? What do you stand for? Legacy is you when you're gone, right? Legacy lives in everybody that knew you, right? I feel like legacy is super important, super dope, super unique because like it just says everything about you. I feel like who you are, like you're writing your eulogy from the day you were born to the day you pass. Everything in the middle is your eulogy, right? Yeah. So like that's your legacy. Your life is your legacy, man. That's how I look at it.
No, that's hard. In fact, Crystal Garner, when she was on the show, she was like, I created an assignment where I write out my obituary, like take the time to list out the things that she's done. And like, yeah, I want to do more. Like, so that's like that's that same type of mindset. Like, if you think about the impact that you're leaving, because I mean, again, we all get this one lifetime and an opportunity to be whoever we want to be, and to apply yourself to your careers, your passion. Like, dog, it's just now becoming a thing that independently you can really make waves in this content space.
It's a fact.
Like, so not saying we're on some pioneer stuff, but I will say you did pioneer this networking game in my eyes. Like I seen you come to light before the Joe Button Network. Like you actually brought it to light and you reached out, and I appreciate the humility and the realness of it. And that's why we rocking for real from this point forward though.
Appreciate it, dog.
You know?
No, for real,
But,
man. You got some dope shit going on, man. I love what you're doing. I love your vision. I love the eye. I just love everything about it, man.
No, I appreciate that, bro. Well, look, with that said, man, we're going to actually jump into our cooking up guest for the night. Check out this new music video.
I'ma just get going. The Uber's here, you're crying that ocean. I know I f***ed up again. I sabotage, you're not the first to notice. I can't love you, cause I don't love me. This baggage I carry making me buckle my knees. And all it took was one bad breakup to make everyone a suspect. I'd rather make myself hate you now than to go through that again. There are a million better ways that I can handle things, but I would rather drink and spiral till I don't know what's real. Go numb to the things that I feel. And I go down, going down, down, down. And I go down, going down, down, down. And I don't care. Ignorance is bliss. So I go down, going down, down, down. I'm losing my patience. I become a slave to expectations. Yes. Music been my mission, but failure got me losing my religion. No, I can't trust you, cause I don't trust me. I bought into lies I was dumb enough to believe. I gave up friendships, I did some things I'm afraid to mention. But every year that I do not get it, I dig deeper into self-destruction. Yeah, there are a million better ways that I can handle things, but I would rather drink and spiral till I don't know what's real. Go numb to the things that I feel. And I go down, going down, down, down. And I go down, going down, down, down. And I don't care. Ignorance is bliss. I go down, going down, 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 down. Going down, going down.
That artist was fire. Let me tell you something, man. This is what we're looking forward to with these cooking up guests. So if you're a music artist and you cooking up, reach out to us, DM us, make sure we get your video, and make sure we get you on the right page, because we bringing nothing but heat on this show. Shout outs to Caitlin too. She the show A&R. Like, she got the ear. So you gotta go through her before you get on the show. But we're gonna go ahead and tap in with my guy Brian Lamont and the Style Profile. Brian, how we looking today? I feel kind of clean, my guy. Talk to me.
What's up, everyone? This is the Style Corner with Brian Lamont, wardrobe stylist and media personality based here in the DMV. So you like Cook's look, right? So if you notice, I took it all the way back to the 90s nostalgia. And as you can tell, it's a collab with Kermit the Frog and different characters as well. But when I walked into Nordstrom, I was like, I got to get Kermit the Frog. Sesame Street, right? So I was like, that'll be good paired with these denim jeans that he has on. And for me, I love to pair denim jeans with like almost everything. Sneakers, loafers, some boots. It's an easy transition piece too from like the fall, summer, spring, even wintertime too. So I'm going to give you a tip. So do not be afraid to mix patterns and colors. Even though it's about to be the end of summer, like still mix patterns and colors. Until next time, then we're back to cook.
I just want to say thank you again for everybody watching episode 1. It's been an amazing start to the season. A little road bumps here, but, you know, honestly, I'm not going to protect y'all from the realness of this whole building. We are independently building a network, a show, all these things at one time. So it's only right you guys see the blueprint happen in front of you. With that said, good morning to all my creators. Stay cooking.
We never come forward and say we don't need capital.
9 o'clock on the dot, no you should check me. Here for an hour, I promise this talk is heavy. I'm cooking, just get it started, don't go asking if it's ready. Cause I told you that we was cooking, this compliments to the chef, let's go.
We never come forward and say we don't need capital.
9 o'clock on the dot, no you should check me. Here for an hour, I promise this talk is heavy. I'm cooking, just get it started, don't go asking if it's ready. Cause I told you that we was cooking, this compliments to the chef, let's go.